Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new reviews every Tuesday. I also give an extra monthly video or Zoom call to my patrons if you'd like to check out supporting me over there. The link is down in the description. Today's review is going to be one of my personal favorite companies. It is Golden Coil. Golden Coil let me build out 2 new planners for 2022. One of them is my content planner. I am already content planning in a Golden Coil this whole year. I have been, and it has absolutely worked out perfectly with the extra pages I was able to add and the layout that I chose. So I'm going to walk you through. I only changed a few things about it for this year. I tweaked it just a little bit. And look at this artist cover. The minute I saw this come out, I knew this was the cover I was picking for my content planner. And then the second planner I built is going to be kind of like a weekly list planner. I'm going to see how it works out. And I'm always drawn to the yellow, like sunflower, marigold, or mustard yellow color. And it just screams fall to me, but I also kind of love it almost at any time of year. So I went with this linen cover, and we'll talk about the feels of the covers later in the video because I also have tried their vegan leather. So I have tried all 3 of their different cover options, and I will go ahead and link down in the description my Golden Coil playlist because I have had several Golden Coils in the past, all different layouts, daily, weekly, and use them for different things. And so if you are really interested in Golden Coil and want to see all of what I've tried in different layouts, that will be down in the description. I've also even used a Golden Coil weekly layout as my daily planner, for 6 or 7 months, I think. And that worked really well. And that is because Golden Coil is a customizable planner, and they have so many different layouts you can choose from. They do have more weekly than daily layouts, I will say that, but they have so many layouts, and then you can choose to add extra pages in. You can add those extra pages in between every week. You can add them in between every month, and you can order them in those places, or you can add them at the beginning of your planner or at the end of your planner. They now have it where you can choose a Sunday or a Monday start on your monthly layout. You can add in and import all your calendar events. It's very simple. They have a really simple guide video on their site for that. Your coil size is based on how many pages you choose, and that is all on their site under their information tab. So we're going to go through what I chose today. We're going to walk through these planners and talk about some of the choices for customization that they have. And then the one planner that never got up here on YouTube because I just ran out of time and other videos kept taking over was this 2021 weekly planner that I built and used for several months in 2021 as just my vertical weekly planner, and it took over my ERIN CONDREN for a couple months. I wanted to try it out for a few reasons, and I talked about it on Instagram, and I did do a walkthrough on Instagram, but I want it to be able to live here, a walkthrough of this layout too. And so I'm going to also add this planner into this video since it has not been up here on YouTube, and that way all my Golden Coils will be up here on YouTube and be able to walk through them. Let's go through my content planner first. So you get to choose your cover starting out. And like I said, they have artist covers, they have linen covers, and they have vegan leather covers. Let's just go ahead and cover the covers right now. Cover the covers. So talk about the feel of them. The vegan leather is very smooth. You really don't feel the texture that you see. So you can see some texture in it, but you don't feel it. It's smooth. Although it has a different feel than the artist covers. So the vegan leather has definitely more of a leather feel, so a little more grip to it. The artist cover, well, I don't know if you would explain it more grip. Maybe not. It actually has less grip than the artist cover. I'm going to have a really hard time describing these two. The artist cover has just completely smooth, but it's not slick. It's not slick at all. It does have a little grip to it when I'm moving my hand around on it. And they're all coated in something so if you spill water on it, it's going to be just fine. At least I think so. I've never spilled water on mine. And this one they have a different feel. This one has a little bit of more grip to it, even though it's smooth. And this one feels more like leather, although you can't really feel the texture in it. So I don't think that helped you at all. But I probably confused you actually there. If you look at like the width of the cover, both of these are very slim. They're very slim covers. Now, the linen, I would say, is the most different. Linen, you have a very textured feel, and you can hear that on there. And it feels, like a linen wrapped cover, but it is coated, they say, for protection. To me, it feels a little bit thicker than the other ones. I might be imagining that, but it does. It feels a tiny bit thicker to me, although when you're looking at it, it doesn't look that way. Maybe it's just the texture of it. Yeah, I don't actually think it's thicker. So you guys, I think me describing these covers, I shouldn't have even attempted it. Anyway, the linen has a little texture to it, and I love them all for different reasons. So if you're attracted to an artist one, I say get it. I've gotten a couple of those. I've only gotten one vegan leather one, and then I've gotten a couple of linen ones. So in my other golden coil videos, you can see me share about those. Let's jump back into my content planner and see what I chose. On your nameplate page, you get to put whatever you want on here. So I put my name, and I put a little phrase, count it all joy. I saw Katie K Plans put that on a coffee mug, and I loved it. And since I have not come up, because I ordered these really early for my word of the year for 2022 yet, or even thought about a quote that I want to put in it, I just decided I didn't want to start searching things and go into a 30-minute or hour search to try to figure out what to put in my content planner. So I just put count it all joy, my name, and the year in there. But you can definitely put your contact information, your email in case it's lost. You can put a quote in there, whatever you would like. Now, this is where the build of your planner starts. I put a year at a glance vertical up here. This is my content planner once again. I put a year at a glance horizontal up here. So this year I kind of use these to keep track of so at the end of the year I could look and see like what videos I did in what month. It was just an easy glance at the whole year of my YouTube videos. And the other one, I kind of started, but I didn't keep on track really well with this, recording all the launches and like releases of different things so that the next year I could look back on it and say, oh yeah, ERIN CONDREN put out their soft bounds on October the 6th last year. So it's probably going to be somewhere around that time this year. But I wasn't really great at keeping up with that, but hopefully next year I will be. These social media pages I put in, they were perfect for me this year in keeping track of my YouTube videos. So when I would talk to a company and we would agree on a date and whether that video was sponsored or not, all that information goes in here. And it was just easy for me to see it at a glance. I put in 4 sets of those, I guess, counting up like what I had used this year. That was the right number. And those were great pages for me. I like having them all at the beginning of my planner. And then I put in how many sets of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sets of these. These were for each company. So I would put the name of the planner here instead of constantly having to go back and look through a chain of emails to find out like what discount did that company give me? What did we talk about? What date is their video going to be on? Just more details about working with that company. That can all go in here because a lot of times like the discount they give me starts a certain date. It expires a certain date or they're going to do a giveaway. And so I really need to write down all that information or else it comes like every time I need it, I am going back through that email folder and searching through that email chain and trying to search for that information. So these project pages are for that and they were very helpful this year. So I just put those in there again, but I tweaked my numbers a little bit on both those sets of pages based on what I used this year. So if you are about to build a golden coil, that's a good thing to do. Even if you're not using a golden coil, if you're using another planner, to kind of look back and see what you have in your planner, what pages you like to use, and what do you feel is missing, what pages do you need. And that can help you build your planner. Now this year, for the first time ever, they just added this feature. They used to only start their monthly layouts on a Monday. And, me being in the USA, like most people, grew up with a Sunday start on your monthly calendar. And so I put back my Sunday start. Now, hopefully that won't mess me up because right now I've kind of gotten used to my golden coil content planner starting on a Monday. But I don't think it's going to mess me up because my brain is just going to go. All my other calendars that I use are Sunday start. So I am very happy about that. I do use the monthly layout a little bit in my content planner for certain things and scheduling, although like my master YouTube calendar is on a clipboard. It is actually looks like this because I need to move sticky notes around and content around constantly, and I need to plan really far ahead. So that is where I have used this clipboard system, and it sits on an acrylic easel on my desk since the very beginning. And I'm just one of those people that if it's not broken, don't fix it. It works so well for me. But I keep track of some other big things on the monthly layouts, and that's helpful. I did put in, so you have a choice here of what holidays you put in, and they have all different choices. And I just put in the standard US holidays. That just helps me with content planning. So those are in there. Your previous days from your month before are really, really light gray up here. And I appreciate that they're very light, but that they're still there. And I just picked to start in January because that is the way my content planner has gone. I've done a calendar year content planner, but you can start this planner any month you want. You can end it any month you want. You can make it any amount of time. So if you want to add in a whole bunch of extra pages to a weekly planner and make it only 6 months or 7 months or 8 months, because they do have a page max. I believe it's 242. I might be remembering that wrong, but you can only go up to their page max. And mine is not anywhere near the max. I thought I wrote down, it might be in one of my other ones, on a sticky note, how many pages I put in here. I'll put it up on the screen if I can find it, and what size coil is in here. But I kept mine right under the 200 page mark, I believe. But I will look that up and let you know. Mine does cover 12 months because I didn't add too many pages. I do love that they base your coil size on the number of pages you put in. So your coil is never too big. These books always feel really light to me, really manageable. And you can tell in this weekly planner, I went even less pages because the coil is smaller in there. So maybe you can see that. So I love how just everything is so customized. And your pages are on 80-pound Mohawk paper. I did do a pen test. Let's just go over that right now before I forget. I did a pen test in here on a blank week. Here we go. So this is the one that I did use a weekly planner for a few months, and then I dropped off and went back to my ERIN CONDREN, which I knew might happen just because I do love the colors. But I did add washi in here every week and some stickers to add some color. And let me tell you that this paper, to me, it is exactly the same as ERIN CONDREN. It's Mohawk paper, 80 pound, just like ERIN CONDREN. It has the same feel to it and the same amount of tooth, in my opinion. So it is the closest thing I've ever seen to ERIN CONDREN paper, and I would call it identical except for the color of the ERIN CONDREN paper is white, as you can tell here. Let's go to a blank week. So Golden Coil is cream, but not a super dark cream, in my opinion, and ERIN CONDREN is white. So there is the difference. Your Golden Coil is also a little bit bigger than your typical 7x9 planner. So you can see ERIN CONDREN is your typical 7x9 planner. Your Golden Coil pages are almost 10 inches by 7.25, just about. And that will all be listed on their site, of course. But it really looks like about 9.75 by 7.25 to me. So it's a smidge bigger than your typical 7x9 planner. But that is your page color difference. So if you are someone who cannot deal with a cream paper, then Golden Coil is probably not for you. Also, I usually get a discount code from Golden Coil, and they said they would give me one for this video. I just haven't gotten it yet. Whenever I put out a new YouTube video, it usually lasts for a short amount of time. So I will put that on the screen here, and I will also put it down in the description. They don't give out that many discount codes. Like I said, I usually get one for a short amount of time when I put out a YouTube video, and they really only have 2 sales a year that I know of that I've ever seen. It's Mother's Day and the Black Friday Cyber Monday time, and it is 15% off. So those, and that's the biggest sale I've ever seen them have. So if you are looking for Golden Coil to have some type of massive sale or waiting for that, that is just never going to happen. You can custom build your planner any time of year and start it anytime you want it. And so you're always building, they're always going. They don't have just one launch time a year. But if you follow them on Instagram, you will be made aware of like when they are launching new covers, when they are launching some new page layouts or page designs for their extra pages, when they're launching new features. They will let you know all about that through their Instagram. But there is no like one specific launch time a year, because you can build anytime you want and start anytime you want. So here's the pen test on the 80-pound Mohawk paper. And I wanted to mention, this shows you what happens if you erase a friction pen in their planners. Their ink does not do well with friction pens because I forget how they explained it. It's an ink that is printed just right there on demand because you design your planner, and then your planner is printed specifically for you, you know, based on the dates you chose, the pages you chose. And so it is a different kind of printer that's used than in other kinds of planners where everything is like mass produced, right? And printed the same. Friction pens, if you try to erase, that is what happens. So I wrote in friction, I erased it, and I rewrote in friction so that I was able to show you. So that's an important point for those who maybe only want to write in friction pen. Then this might not be the planner for you, because if you erase over the lines, that can happen. If you're only going to erase in the boxes, then you'll be completely fine. So here is your pen test, and when you turn it over, I did have a few things written on this page. You can see nothing is bleeding through at all. You just have, you know, maybe a little bit of show through, but it is wonderful, thick, amazing feeling paper, just like ERIN CONDREN. And look, this whole backside of this page is written on, and you can turn it over and you can kind of see what it looks like when you have pages that are all written up. And here's the pages behind here, and here are all written on. So that is what it looks like. These are some Cocoa Daisy stickers in here. So Cocoa Daisy stickers, their kits work really well in the Golden Coil planner, I feel like. And also, these are some ERIN CONDREN from her monthly collection sticker books. And that's just where you get a page per month. It's one of my favorite sticker books from ERIN CONDREN. Her new one for the next year comes out in the fall. So her 2022 one has not come out yet. That's some washi tape from Planner Perfect. ERIN CONDREN again. So if you're someone who definitely wants color and you're like, oh, Golden Coil doesn't have any color for me, you can definitely add washi and stickers and make it your own, make it as bright as you want. I didn't want to put too many stickers because, as you can see, I'm a functional planner and I wanted plenty of room to write and plan, but I did want a little pop of color on my pages. That is your pen test. Let's finish walking through the content planner. This is the layout that I use for my content planning. Monday through Friday over here with big spaces every day. That's where I write what is coming out that day on Instagram or on YouTube, or things I need to share that day or things I want to share that day. It doesn't always all get shown, but some things are set in stone, and I usually highlight those, or like my YouTube videos are written in red, and so those things stand out. Then I don't usually post on the weekends at all. I definitely don't have any scheduled content. Most of the time, I'm not even on Instagram on the weekends. And so I love that Saturday and Sundays on this side because it's kind of like separated, and I don't plan any content or write any there. But I do use this side of the page for planning out like ideas for the week sometimes, just thinking, mapping out things. Also maybe writing down what I've already filmed for IGTVs, or what I need to film or take pictures of for content. So every week, I wouldn't say I use this section exactly the same, but those are just different ways that I use it. You can put quote packages down here, and you can pick what quote package. I don't remember what quote package I picked. I think I picked like the book lovers one. So quotes from like books. Yeah, that's what I picked in this one. You don't have to, on each layout, they will show you where the quote's going to go if you pick a quote package. And so in some layouts, in some of my Golden Coils, you'll see in my other videos, I chose not to put a quote package because like in one of my layouts, I think it went up here. It just depends on the layout you pick. And I wanted that extra margin room to be able to record some to-do lists for the weeks. I believe that was in the weekly layout that I used for a daily planner. And so you'll definitely want to look where the quote's going to go and decide if you want to use that extra space on your page either for decorating or for a list or for your goals for the week, because you don't want to put a quote somewhere where it's going to mess up your planning. Down here, I didn't mind it at all because it's hard to write at the very bottom of the page anyway, and I was not going to be using this space for anything. I don't decorate my content planner at all. I will grab my content planner and show you. I can't show you a lot of what's in my information pages in the beginning. I can't show you all of my pages in here, and especially not my beginning pages, but I will flip through a few weeks. And yes, I cross everything out with an ERIN CONDREN black dual tip marker. I just visually, I need to see it completely crossed out. I know that drives some people crazy, but I need to see things crossed out like that. So my content planner is very well used, as you can see. And I do have a video before I started filling this out on what I put as extra page-wise in this one from last year. I love this artist cover too. The tabs I put in here are from Passion Planner. And I love that these match so well. I will be putting tabs in here this year. I don't know what color. I will have to check out Passion Planner. I really like their tabs because they have a lot of choices in colors. And these have just worked so well for me the whole year. They hold up well and I can easily grab them and find my month. So those are the tabs I've used. Golden Coil does not come with tabs. And that is because they are print on demand. And they have not figured out a way, I guess, and also for the look of their planner, and I can totally understand that. The look and feel of your planner, of these very simplistic and minimal planners of not having tabs, I'm not sure that they will ever add tabs to theirs. And I know some people don't put tabs on theirs at all and actually prefer it. So I love that there are tabs out there though. ERIN CONDREN makes tabs too. I've just always used the Passion Planner ones on my golden coils. So that's a tip for you. So that is my weekly layout. It works perfectly for my content, for the way that I think, and I am sticking with it again this year. I did not put any pages like in between each week, which you can do. I did not put any pages before every month, which you can do. I didn't need that in my content planner. I have done that in some of my past golden coils, so you can check out those videos on my channel. I did add pages monthly in one of my planners at least, I know. I can't remember if I added pages like weekly in any of my planners. So mine are just going weeks to the months and no extra pages added except for the beginning, which I just showed you. And the end, I did add some extra pages. So this is a 12-month planner, and then I added some graph grid just for notes because I do like take some notes, ideas, scribble things in here. So I added a good amount of some graph grid pages. Their grid is very light, which I like. And then I added in a couple of meeting notes pages because sometimes I do have meetings with a company and talk about the launch, talk about what they want. And so I just like having designated pages for that to be able to have in here and keep here. I don't have that many meetings, so I didn't put that many meeting note pages in here, but just enough to cover me for the year. And then I put a few blank pages because I'm just someone who likes some blank pages in case I want to write all over. And then every golden coil comes with a cardstock pocket that just matches the same color as your pages. There's no pocket on the back, so just the one pocket. And then your coil is always matte and golden, hence golden coil. There are no pockets on the inside here, but you can add ERIN CONDREN pockets to there. Did I add one in this one? I think I did, yes. So these are clear pockets that ERIN CONDREN sells on her site. This is the large one, I believe. And they stick into any planner or notebook, and it works just perfectly in these. And so in this planner, I did add a pocket in here, and it works perfectly. These are little to-do lists from Golden Coil. Those are the Emily Lay Simplified Dot stickers, and those just fit perfectly in that little pocket. I know I could use this pocket in the back, but some things I just like to have up front. So that is why I added the pocket. All right, so now we have gotten through the content planner, and there is kind of the thickness. I think both of mine that I built are on the exact same size of coil, and the thickness is the same. Let's try to measure this coil and see, because I know you guys are probably going to want to know what size of coil I got. Mine is 1.25 inches. Let's go through this weekly one I built for 2022 to kind of experiment with. I'll be honest, I don't particularly know for sure that this is going to work for me or that I'm going to use it the entire year, but I really wanted to test out this new layout they had. I only just put my name in this one. I didn't put anything else. I put a vertical year at a glance, and then I put this one habit tracker, like, well, that's the way I'll probably use it if I stick with it. But you have the whole year, January through December, and you could, of course, map out vacations, days off school, appointments, big events. You could use this any way you want. You could track your menstrual cycle. You could track your mood. I haven't decided what I will track every day in here, but I will probably pick something and try to track it if I'm going to be using this planner. The mood tracker, I put in one other golden coil, and I did not stick with it, but I might try it out this year. I'll be honest and say I probably won't stick with it the whole year. And I generally don't color in all of these. I don't pick all these moods. I generally pick like 4 or 5 and give them a color, and those are the moods that I track. But I do kind of like that if you did stick with this, you could kind of see each month how your mood was for the year and kind of have a summary each month. So we shall see if I do that, or I might just make this into some other kind of habit tracker. I don't know. But I like this page, and I also wanted to just be able to share it with you guys, and so I threw it in there. I put in some of the project planning pages into this one. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, to be honest, but I like these pages a lot because they work in my content planner. And I just thought one of the ideas I had was maybe to write each month of the year in here and just, like one of the key things, like the best memory from that month. So whenever it happened that month, just a really good memory, a fantastic day. It's usually with like ordinary things, but it just ends up being a great memory with your kids or your family, and just writing that in here. So I might use that like as a month by month memory keeper type of thing, or just big things that happen that month. But I like the thought of keeping it really uplifting and making it something special. So I put enough to you can only put a 2-page spread. So I have 4 extra, but yeah, that was my idea. We'll see if I use it that way. I did put in this reading log, and I thought I might track here. I don't know. It might not only be the books I read. It might be the books that my son and I read together for homeschool too. This year, we're planning on reading a lot of historical fiction. He's starting 7th grade, and we already started this summer reading A Place to Hang the Moon, and it is already an amazing book. So I might list that one on there, even though we're not into 2022, because I might just keep track of it for like the school year type of thing. And then I might ask him to rate it, because I would actually love to know like his thoughts on that. So that might be fun. This is a bucket list, and I don't ever use a bucket list like you're supposed to. I don't list the activities or ask him like, what do you want to do? And let's list out all the things. I use a bucket list as in what did we do and give it a rating. So just as things happen, as we go places, as we do things, then let's just record it for memory's sake and rate it, but not have the pressure of having a bucket list of things we have to do. So that's the way I would use it. I threw in a few graph grid pages up front here because I do like their graph grid for just notes. And then I added the same basic US holidays to my monthly layouts and the same Sunday start. Then you go into the weekly layout I chose. I chose this because, well, number one, this is their brand new layout. So this wasn't even an option before. They just came out with it. I did choose a quote package and put it down here. And I thought this is the way my brain thinks a lot. So I wanted to see how it did with this. I can see my whole week at a glance here. And Saturday and Sunday, it's okay that they're together for this because this is going to be like my main big appointments or what I need to film or edit that day. So the things that will take the most time. Of course, I still have my mom duties, my homeschool duties, my housework, but that is not going on here. So it's going to be like, what is that one extra, the big work task for the day that I need to get done for my channel, or the appointment? Because usually if we have an appointment, that takes the time of my work task for the day, and I can't do filming that day, or I can't do a couple hours of editing. And so that way it kind of helps me see, since I can only fit like one big thing on each day, I can map out my week that way. And then I can have a to-do list right below it, like personal and channel, I'm thinking. So we will see how that goes. And then over here can just be extra to-dos, like notes for the week, things I think of. I'm really excited about trying this because usually I make like a weekly to-do list in my daily notebook, but I don't always flip back there and look at it. Then sometimes I make a weekly to-do list on a notepad. So my weekly to-do list, generally, sometimes I make it in an ERIN CONDREN notebook and just grab that. So my weekly to-do list doesn't have just one place that it lives right now, because I find when it's in my daily notebook, I don't always flip back to it and consult it. But I'm thinking if it's here right in front of my face, I might even put this up on another acrylic easel on my desk or planner stand, that ERIN CONDREN sells. And that is what my content planner sits up on, a planner stand from ERIN CONDREN, an acrylic one. And I might do this too. So those are my thoughts on using this. I'm really excited about this layout and trying it out to see how it works for me. So I cannot wait for 2022. You know, when you have something new to try, you're just really excited to jump in. And of course, I was like tempted to just jump right in. But I thought about, I'm just going to try, a page somewhere in here. But I think I will like photocopy a page and just start trying it out because that's how excited I am for it. Luckily, my content planner, I'm still using my content planner right now and loving it. Like it is so used every day that I'm not as antsy to jump into this one. I actually think I'm just going to display this cover in my office until I need to start using it because it is so beautiful. All right, as you can tell, I truly love Golden Coil for all its unique options, and I could talk about it all day long. I do not have an affiliate link for Golden Coil. And like I said, the discount code I get for this video, I will stick here on the screen and down in the description, and pay attention because it won't last that long. I love this artist cover. Actually, it's not done by an artist. They did this. I remember the Golden Coil owners are Michelle and Trisha. They made this cover themselves. I remember them talking about designing it and doing it. I don't think it's an option anymore, but I love it because I love navies and it reminds me of like the mountains. It makes me think of Colorado and Estes Park, which is one of our favorite vacation spots with my parents. Now, as you will notice on the dark cover, it seems like the oils of my fingers have left marks on there. So if that's something that bothers you, this, is out of the same material as the artist covers. You might want to pay attention to if you're getting a very dark cover. But on my content planner this year, with something like this design, like no fingerprints whatsoever have shown up on this, and not on this one either. So I think that's only something with this material that you have to worry about if it's an artist cover. This is a smaller coil, as I pointed out, and you can see that right here. So I probably just went, if you go under a certain number of pages, they go with this coil. If you go over that number, they give you the page ranges under their information tab on their website. So you can keep track as you're building it because it tells you how many pages you have as you are building it. On this one, I actually did good and kept track. This one has 162 pages in it, and it is on a 1-inch coil. So this one I built because I've been using an ERIN CONDREN weekly for so long. If you followed me on Instagram or here with my quarterly planning updates, I give here every quarter, and they're under their own separate playlist. So if you're new here and you want to check in on my personal planning, that's where you can look. I will try to remember to link that playlist down below too. In planning in my vertical ERIN CONDREN, let me grab that again. I have the 3 sections, and I generally use the top section for appointments or must-dos for the day. And then just my to-dos, generally they can get mixed up anywhere in here. I have tried to just sometimes put channel work here and like personal stuff here, but I don't always keep to that or stay really good with that. But I thought that this layout with having these sections, 6 sections, might be really good for me because I would mix up appointments with important to-dos. So at one glance, I could not see across my week really easily, if it was an appointment or important to-do, because I would put them both in the top box. And so I thought that this might be awesome with all the sections. And yes, I know plum paper makes something with sections like this too, but we're not going to go on to that because I have plum paper videos and this is the Golden Coil video. I prefer Golden Coil. You have 6 sections, and I love how they're not labeled. There's not actually an option to label them at this time, but that's okay with me because I can change up. And so this would be my appointments only. And this would have been like my must do for the day. And this would have been like my channel work. And then I used it in a couple of different ways. Oh, and then I would put like, I think I put gratitudes in the bottom. That was a snow week, so that wasn't normal. I put weather and my workout in the bottom. Then this one was blank that week. So I used it in different ways, but the top 3 were definitely used like generally out, one thing, and channel work. And so it was kind of nice to just have the separation. One thing I had to get used to though was here, Saturday and Sunday are split, into their own day, but Saturday and Sunday here are split this way. Now, I really didn't need more room than that. I was fine with the room on Saturday and Sunday since I use a notebook for my daily list as my daily planner. And so I don't have to have huge lists in here, but it was hard for my brain to get used to knowing that like the week doesn't end right here. There is another day down here to look across. But we generally don't make any appointments or errands on Sunday. We go to church. It's a family day. So it was okay that it was down here and my mind got used to that. But it did throw me off a little bit because your categories then don't go all the way across. You know what I mean? But I thoroughly enjoyed it for like 3 months. And then I just decided that I really missed the colors in the ERIN CONDREN. And I wanted to go back to it. I've used the ERIN CONDREN for like 4 years now. And so, when you get so used to something as your weekly planner, sometimes you think you want to change it up, but then you miss what you've been with for so long. But I really did love this layout and I did enjoy my time in here. But that is what it looks like. So that's the layout that I chose. What extra pages did I put up here? I put vertical year at a glance, horizontal year at a glance. I put a second year at a glance horizontally. I put some blank pages and some more blank pages up front. I was a big fan of blank pages when I built this one. And let's see what I built at the end of this one. Yes, my 21 for 21 list. I'm still working off of this list since we are in 21, even though it's in here and I switched planners. That's okay. I look on here and I bring these into my Planner Perfect every month, my Planner Perfect monthly plan book journals. And that's where I chart my goals for the month. So I kind of go off of this list here. I put a bucket list, which I didn't use, and that's all I put at the back. And then your pocket. So this is my 21, and as you can see, I labeled it 21 list because your Passion Planner tabs come with extra blank tabs. And I like that too. So you can add those wherever you want. And I also put year at a glance and notes here. So I could just easily grab them. So I like that Passion Planner tabs come with extra blank tabs there. All right, guys. I think that's all I have to say about Golden Coil today. I would love to hear your thoughts if you have tried a Golden Coil or if you want to try a Golden Coil. It truly is one of my personal favorite planner companies. It is one that I use every day in my content planner. Just in general, I love the concept. I love what you can do in your build. I love the covers. The whole look and feel of Golden Coil is just beautiful. It also comes, I don't have it right here, in a black, really nice keepsake box. It's a hard box, and I've shared it on Instagram and like my unboxings. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I know your time is valuable, and I really appreciate you being here and making my channel what it is. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.